And that is Plato's argument. The world of appearances, the world of illusion, the material world, the world of optical illusions, mistakes, bad color, and such, it's not really real. It's just appearance, and it's a terribly misleading appearance. But what is real, what is true, what is eternal, is that form world, that perfect world, that world of ideals and forms. Whew. Okay. An interesting side feature of this. There is one thing in this material world which seems to have a weird connection to the perfect eternal world. You and I. And for some reason, we can understand that form world. Somehow, that notion of blue is in us. That notion of virtue is in us. Those mathematical proportions, all those rules, even if we don't understand them completely, they are in us. They are in the human mind. They're in the human soul. And it follows from that that human soul is not completely tied to this material world of illusion and temporariness, but that human soul is also really, really real and true and won't fade away like that bit of horse meat does. And that someday after these bodies decay, that really, really real soul that is able to penetrate through past the world of illusion into the world of truth will have to be able to survive the vicissitudes of the material world and survive eternally, truly. So, the soul must be immortal to comprehend the forms. Okay, one last note. Political philosophy. In the world of politics, what does this imply? Whom are we going to trust to make the real decisions, the material decisions for our culture? Are we going to allow every half-wit fool to make decisions? Are we going to let the crowd, which is notoriously bad about being carried away with images and distractions, are we going to let them make the decision as to what kind of world we should have? Or are we going to trust the people who can actually penetrate to the form world? Are we going to put the vote in the hands of Mr. Squirrel? What? What's going on? Distractible? Or are we going to put it in the hands of the wise? Those who can actually understand the truth. So, corollary of that, the wise should rule. One last thing. The divided line. Also the cave. World of shadows, sun. And yet, somehow, also works with another thing. Material world, world of sin, fallen world, temporary world. Golly. Eternal world. How does that play upon the Gospels? So, early Christians, they're trying to explain something totally inexplicable. Salvation, resurrection, the incarnation. Good Lord, these are complicated things. They need a structural framework, a way of thinking about these things. And they come across this structure. And so to try to explain what is happening, they adopt Plato's structure. And a lot of that's still with us today. Yeah, I think that's about it. Okay. Socrates began by questioning the Platonic method, Plato, dialogues, knowledge of Platonic forms. You have been a lovely audience. Thank you for the most part for staying awake. And want to leave you with just one question, just one challenge, because it becomes the one that's central to Plato and Socrates, which is, if there's only one bit of you, and this was straight Plato, if there's only one bit of you that will actually survive past that craziness of being a college student, past, the decay of old age, know about that, past death, shouldn't your top priority be what kind of a soul is going to be left when the rest of you is gone? Have a good morning.